Hi guys, it's Mary. Welcome back. Today we are going to be going over and doing a whole face full of brand new makeup, and I'm going to be giving you my thoughts along the way. And if you're interested in seeing that, let's just cut to the chase. I have already filmed this video once. So this isn't a first impressions anymore. I actually know about the products. I was going to use this new primer. It's not new to me. I've had this in the past years ago, loved it. It was my favorite, and I recently acquired it again. This probably gonna be the last time too. Not because it's not good, but because I'm not paying $42 for this. Lancome. I know you used to give more product than that. Okay. In any case, because I've done this video before, I know that I don't like the way the foundation I'm going to use, which is the Chanel Le Beiges, I don't like the way this behaves with this. So we're not even going to use a primer. I mean, I love how these two go together. These are really good. I like that. But I don't like it with the Chanel. Also, Laura Mercier sent me this thing full of their eye products. And some of you have been asking me what that mysterious thing I put on Instagram was. Inside the package with this was a paper that said, you know, talked about the products, but it also said, put a picture of yourself with the products on Instagram with this hashtag, and for a chance for 5 of your subscribers to win Laura Mercier. Now, I don't know if it's everything I got in here, but I would have thought they would have said it's not if it wasn't. And I'll use some of this today. Like, we're going to use this. I am in love with this. I'm going to buy this. I mean, obviously not right now. And look, it takes so little. We'll put it on right now. Okay? It just takes the smallest amount. There we go. Both eyes. So can you imagine how long I'm going to be having this thing? But I like the way my concealer and everything looks with this on. Before I do anything, I'm just putting that on, patting it in. Really, really like that product. Also inside there were these 3 Caviar sticks. To be honest, since I'd already talked about this foundation, I was just going to use my new concealer and just do spot, you know, just a real minimal look. But Jackie Ollie, I think? Hello there, Jackie. She wanted to know about these 2 brushes, so I thought, all right, well, let's just demo them. I'll use them together. So what she wanted to know was, in regards to the BK Beauty, this is the 101 foundation brush. How does it compare to the Sigma Multitasker F47 brush? And you know what? Let me grab a couple other brushes real quick. I can't locate the Marc Jacobs Phase 2 brush right now. I've got I really need to get rid of some stuff in here. I do. If we look at the 3 of these together, they all have something in common. They all do this kind of laying down slope thing. The idea is to put your foundation on and then you just kind of do this number, this kind of pat and drag thing. This is a fantastic brush too, by the way. It's a IT brush for Ulta, and it's the Airbrush Complex Perfection number 115. If you were interested in this, this is a very soft, and it's actually, I think, somewhere between these 2. But today what we're going to do is we're going to look at these 2, and I'm going to use one on one side of my face and one on the other. Let me butt them right up next to each other so that you can see in profile what we're looking at here. Obviously, you know which one's which. The BK Beauty brush is a bigger brush. As someone who has to hunker over a 10x magnification mirror, and when I say that, if there's any of my younger ladies are watching, when you get older, you're not going to be able to just look in your mirror. You're going to have to keep flipping from 1x to 10x constantly, and you're going to be hunched over it. Your face is going to be like this close to your 10x mirror so that you can see. Because of that, this handle comes in really handy because it's shorter than this handle is. They both are extremely soft, but if I had to say which one is softer, I do think it's this one here. And if you have this brush, you know how ridiculously soft this brush is. This is the difference in how compact they are. The biggest difference between these 2 is I can actually use this brush to do everything. I really can. It's called a multitasker for a reason. This, once I used my foundation with it, I wouldn't go ahead then and try to do bronzer and blush. But with this brush, and I tested it when I first got it, I didn't believe them. I'm like, Yeah, right. Once you've got foundation in this, guys, I don't know where it goes. Sigma, are you watching me? Where does this stuff go? Okay. You can go foundation, powder, blush, bronzer, you know, do the whole shebang. I mean, you can't do your eyebrows. They look pretty bad if you did, but I have taken it into one eyeshadow and just done this number right there. So to me, that's the difference. I love both of these brushes, but my preference is this one. Now, I feel bad saying that because I love Lisa J, and, you know, and also there's that whole factor of whether or not you believe me, because I get a commission if you buy this. You get a 30% discount off on this one. So just use the family code, Glitzy Fritzy, and you get 30% off this one. So, you know, I mean, this is a really good brush though, as you will see. So let's give our foundation a shaky poo right here. And I'm going to take one pump. I'm just going to swipe it right down there. And one pump. I'm just going to swipe it right there. And taking my Sigma brush, let's come in on this side.
Sigma is well known for having patents on their bristles, their handles, their ferrules, all that jazz. But there's something different about the bristles on this brush. They don't absorb product.
I'm not coming under my eyes because I'm going to use my new concealer for that. There we go. What I really like about this is I think it looks like your skin, and it wears off. It doesn't stay like 10 hours, I don't think, but it wears off evenly. I have to put a little bit more. I'm going to put half of a pump on here because this brush does seem to eat it up. You notice I didn't have enough to go down my neck or my forehead.
That's not a negative point concerning this brush. That's pretty typical with any foundation brush.
And you might be thinking, Mary, you don't go down your neck. You're right, I normally don't. With this foundation though, I do. I don't know, maybe it's because it is so skin-like that I feel like I can get by with that on my neck. Let me come up here so you can see what this looks like after you get this on your skin, but you haven't done anything else to it, okay? I'm gonna cut the ring light. This is the BK Beauty side. It's in my nostril there, I guess. And the Sigma side. I can't see because I looked away. Maybe I should do that same thing. Probably not around my nostril. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and leave the ring light off because, you know, maybe it'll show more texture and pores and stuff like that. I don't know. I personally don't think so. I don't think it's going to be that much of a difference because I don't turn the ring light all the way up. I just barely have it on to begin with, but I can see it a little better over there. And for the wane portion of this video, I think it's really important that we see as much texture and stuff as we can. All right, I've got two new concealers from Lancome, but we're probably just going to use this one. I don't know how you say this. I'm not going to attempt to say this. I know that in French it means erase. So I'm going to put that under my eyes. And I don't think I'm going to mess with this one today. This one is the one I use to cover age spots or pimples, or maybe I'll use it. Nah, I don't care. I really don't care about it. So I'm just going to put that up right now. We're just going to use this one right here. Since I got this stuff, I've been using it, you know, all around my eye, not just under my eye. And I know that there are makeup artists out there like Robert Welsh who keeps telling people that there's a big difference between eye primer and concealer on your lids for eyeshadows. And, you know, I guess he's right because he's a makeup artist, but I don't care. I like the way my shadows behave over this, so I'm going to do it anyway. But what I do is I just take my 4D HD brush from Sigma and pat this right here in the corner. That's what I'm doing, just right there, because that is where I'm dark. Watch this eye in comparison. I'm dark over here. And I don't want to apply that anywhere I don't have to. I think that looks better already, but I'm going to go ahead and get some more and put it on my eyelid. And lately, what I've been doing is this. I mean, if I just want a quick get ready with me, this is what I've been doing. I've been putting on my sunscreen because I've been having to leave the house lately to go to some doctor's appointments and stuff, so I've just been like putting on the sunscreen, you know, doing the base and doing the bare minimum because I just don't feel like it. I just don't want to. I'm just going to do this one eye here so that you can see the difference before I move on, instead of trying to do them evenly. Don't put your concealer on like I put my concealer on. Put your concealer on how your face needs concealer. Do you have like just darkness here? Then don't bring it everywhere. Just bring it where you need it. At our age, it'll actually be more friendly for you if you just go where you need it. The reason I love this stuff is because I think that it's really emollient, but it will set down and not move. It's waterproof, and I'm comfortable in it. I feel like it looks fantastic. What we're going to do with powder is a little bit different today. I normally don't use pressed powder, but I picked up this not that long ago because my BFF, Michelle, she uses up one of these, then I know that it's got to be good. So I got it, and I really like it under my eyes. But because I bought that, I'm like, why did you do that and you didn't get the one you've always had in a wish list? I've always had this in a wish list. It's from Mercier, and she does have one that goes underneath your eyes, but this is the one that's like this one. And I should take this back because I've tried to glue it. It won't stay in there. I have to be really careful with it. But since it comes out, let me show you how much product you get. This is how deep the pan is. Now there is a difference between the two. Let me show you the difference. This one is Nars. This one is Mercier. So you can see the Mercier picks up more powder. They're both very silky. For under my eyes, I'm definitely going to use the Nars. So let me come up here and let you check the creasing underneath my eyes. I've been talking for a little bit, and normally other concealers would already have started to crease. So that's one of the reasons I like this. I'm going to take this as the Goss 02 brush. I think this is Squirrel. I'm not sure. But I'm just tapping that down in there, and then what I'm going to do is on the back of my hand, I'm just going to do this and now come under my eye. Here we go. For the Mercier powder, I do like to use her little Duo Fiber fan brush. When do you use these kinds of brushes? Well, when I use these kinds of brushes, and that would be the eye brushes too, is when I don't want to pick up as much. I'm just going to come right over the top of this and load it up in this fan brush. Start on the outside and lightly work my way in. More than getting it set right here, what I'm more interested in is providing a smooth, not sticky surface, because you know it is a little tacky over there from the foundation. And so whatever's left, I'm just going to lightly bring across my pores and my nose and up here. And I love both of these powders. I'm going to go ahead and bring that on my eyes. This is the Sigma's The Essentials palette by Sigma and Stephanie Lange. And if you've been watching my videos, you know why I've got this out. Going into this contour. Right there, just lightly contouring my nose. I just kind of want it to look like shadows, and that's what a contour is for. I don't think I need to contour anything else on my face, so I'm not going to. My cheekbones are fairly defined on their own. I went over to MAC and I picked this up. It's the Powder Kiss Liquid Lip. Holy cow! The one that I got is The More the Mehrier, like MAC Mirror. That's MAC Mirror, and this is The More the Mehrier. They're similar, but as I back off from you can kind of tell that the liquid lip is a little darker. The formula on this is amazing. It goes on and it feels like a cream, not so liquidy, but when it sets down, it feels like a lipstick, not a liquid lipstick. What I have a problem with is this brush. If you have thin lips or your age has deflated them a little like mine, my lower lip used to be fuller than this. Anyway, if you have like lip injections or pouty, sexy lips, this thing will hug it, okay? And they will hug your mouth, and I think it'd be wonderful. But for me, I have to be very careful. It gets a lot on And because I don't have that pouty lip, I can get out of the lines real quick. And you know I can't really see what I'm doing anyway. I won't truly see how I look until I'm done. Or editing. Okay, so here we go. Now, when this sets down, it's going to feel just like I put a lipstick on, a sheen lipstick, you know. It's going to feel like I have this on, but it's not going to transfer. And I'll show you that in a minute. I think if I had a lip liner that would have worked with this, it would be a little bit easier and better for me, but I don't, so whatever. Let's move on to this before I do my eyebrows. I'm going to link a couple of videos below that I think are on more mature ladies like myself who are fortunate enough to be able to purchase all of the blushes, because I just had this one. Now, I am on a waiting list to get the coral one because I loved this one so much that, there you go, I just gave it to you right out of the gate, right? I love this. It has that same thing that the eyeshadow palette does. See how far back that goes? Oh, I love that. I can hold this and the product goes back a little bit, so I have less of a chance, I am a klutz, of dinging the actual product. So I could use this really fabulous mirror inside here. Yes, it does show fingerprints really bad. All you gotta do is wipe it off. It's costly, but you know how long this would last? And I think it was Hey Jacqueline. I watched her video and she did the breakdown. I'm not smart with math, okay, but she did the breakdown, and I think that she was saying that this is actually less expensive. You know what? Maybe Tara Lynn did too. One of the two of them, or maybe both, were saying your high-end blushes, stuff you would find at Sephora or Beautylish. And this is actually cheaper than all of them per gram. Now, when I first got this, I was like, that's a lot of highlight. I am never going to go through all that highlight. I wonder why he didn't do this. Okay, so this is the Jouer Duo. It's 2 blushes, and I thought, I wish he kind of had put in a different blush, darker or lighter than this one in there, kind of like this Jouer palette did. But after I used it, I changed my mind. The one that I got is Blushed Peony, so I can only speak for this one. I've heard some people say that they would be scared of this particular highlight because it's kind of a holographic.
I don't mean holographic. I mean iridescent. It's an iridescent pink.
Don't be. There's nothing to fear in this palette. Like I said, I can't speak for the others, but I'll link to people who did. I'm going to show you that you have nothing to fear here. Every single person I've watched use their palettes are using his new artistry brushes. I don't have those, and I know a lot of you don't either. I'm just gonna pat into this blush. Notice that there's no product fallout. On this side of my face, I'm going to put the blush down like I normally would, and I'm going to put the highlight on top of it. On this side, I'm going to put the highlight all over my face, and then I'm going to put the blush down so that you can see the difference. So this is how I do blush. I very lightly drag across my cheekbones and up a little high, and I kind of wiggle it in. It's beautiful. I don't think that we should do anything different than I normally do, so I use this brush an awful lot for highlighting. It's my Sephora 93, which is a synthetic brush, and I'm going to come into the highlight and just wiggle through like that. And then what I do is I come to where the top of my blush is, and there we go. I'm going to flip my goat hair brush over to the clean side. I'm going to full on take that highlight with this goat hair brush, and I'm going to put it on my cheek. That's probably the best way for you to see if there's going to be texture. That's how it's going to be texture. So I'm going to come up real close here. Then I'm going to take the blush and I'm going to comb over the top of most of that highlight. Let me come up closer now that I've got it all on so that you can see. I'm 58 years old, in case you don't know that. Let me take that brush, I just wiped it off, and I'm going to go back in it full on. This is full on highlighter, and I'm going to come right over my crow's feet. Okay, I'm going to wrinkle up here so you can see that, and I'm going to bring this brush right here with the highlight on it. And you know I don't do that. But I want you to see what it's going to look like if I did get over some wrinkles and texture. That I always use a powder then in my Lumiere brush, and I buff my cheeks too, so you can't really see a line. I'm not going to use a powder today, but I am going to take the brush and just buff this. And you know what? I think you could actually, let's just take my fingers, okay, and get that blush, and I'm going to bring it right here on my face. Same with the highlight. I just want to show you. You have nothing to fear with this. Isn't that pretty? Probably should even it out. Let's put some on my fingers on the other side. Most ladies would not do that, I'm sure. A little bit of highlight. Mix it up. I'm going to take my powder brush and just buff again. I'm going to take my Wayne Goss number 16 and bring a little of this into my crease and do like a monochromatic kind of look here. How about that? I bet you don't know what I'm going to do next, do you? Haha. I'm going to take this Refero 2 shader brush and come into the highlight. And I'm going to put a little bit of it across here. If you want to see what this looks like if you were to use it as eyeshadow. It's just a little something something there. And you got plenty here to do everything. Your blush, your eyeshadow, you know, if you wanted to. Real quick, we could take this color right here out of Stephanie's palette. I could take that one. And we'll use the Refer number 12, and I'm just going to get some of that on here, and because that'll go nice with this, and just tap this right here on the outside. How about that? How about that? And of course I'm going to take my finger and bump this. So pretty, because you want to see it how it looks all ramped up too, right? Oh, that's pretty. Let's move on, because it's starting to be all about Wayne here. I went over to Sephora and I was trying to actually dupe. I failed miserably. I was trying to dupe the Urban Decay Alkaline, which looks like this. I'm almost ashamed to show you that I did this horrible. Alright, so this is called Sangria. What was I thinking? These two don't look anything alike. But I think that Sangria is going to go good with this eye look, so that's what we're going to do. I'm going to bring Sangria up here. Actually, let's just get the bottom and the top. Ooh, I got a little messier than I wanted to be. It's not a bad eyeliner, it's me. Okay, we're going to move to brows, but I never came back and showed you. That's the transfer that you get from this lipstick, this liquid lipstick. And it feels creamy on my mouth. It doesn't feel dry at all. And so Fritzy family knows how I feel about this product. It's the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter. This is Laura Mercier's. It came in that kit. And I really love this stuff for after I have my brows done. I tried putting it in my brows like I do the Benefit. No. It doesn't do so good there. But if you're hunting a brow gel that will hold your brows in place and they won't move, but it's not like concrete, then that stuff is really good. So this isn't a new brow pencil. I did buy one and it's already hit the trash. I hated it. It was from Sephora. I've always been curious. Actually, I'm doing a really bad job there. I've always been curious about the Sephora pencils. It's not that costly, but I still really like the e.l.f. pencil, and I know some of you probably like, especially if you're all about that high-end makeup, you probably think, what? You're comparing a $2 e.l.f. pencil to high-end? Yeah. I'd rather spend the money elsewhere, to tell you the truth. But anyway, this is still the Lancome brow pencil that I am trying to use up because the Sephora one was so yucky. Mostly probably the problem was the color. I didn't like the color I got. And that's another thing about that e.l.f. pencil. It's a spot-on color. Even this color I think is a little off. I can make it work long enough to use it up, but we will use this product, so I'm gonna use it. It's got just a regular like mascara kind of wand, and part of what I love so much about the Benefit is its wand. Now I like my brows to kind of stand up. I like that feathery look, but if you don't, just swipe it through there. It's not a big deal. You just do it like you want to. It's a good one, and it's not crunchy, but yet it will stay. Last thing before my hair is the mascara, and they sent this to me also. It's the Caviar Volume, I think it's called, and this is its brush. It's, as you can see, a bristle brush, and I'm just going to talk about it while I'm putting this on, but I'm not going to like make you watch me do my mascara. The first day I used this mascara, I really didn't like it because I didn't feel like it did hardly anything. But now, after using it 3 times, I think it's pretty good. It doesn't flake, it doesn't smudge, it doesn't transfer on me. I think it gives a lengthened and fanned out look to my lash, but I just want to have complete transparency and let you know that I do use a lash serum. Okay, so there you go. That was just going in there twice, and I'm going to finish that, go do my hair, and I'll meet you right back here. Then I did deepen up the outside of my eye just a little bit more, and I put my favorite lip gloss, which just so happens to be the Goss Antique Rose, and yeah, here we are. So I'm interested to know what you think of the products I used today. Do you have any of said products? Would you buy any of these products, and if so, which ones? And I also want to remind you that you're the best part of the Fritzy family. And if you're not having a blessed day, just go out and be a blessing to somebody else. And until next time, love you, see ya, bye, and I'm out.
This is my favorite thing. Really, I felt like Sissy just now. This is my favorite thing. Whew. Remember that in Urban Cowboy? Do you remember it? Why aren't you answering me? Speak up, dang it! When she gets Wes up against you, she's like, this is my favorite thing. She rips open the buttons. Never mind. I wouldn't go ahead then and try to do bronzer and blush and all that jazz. And all that jazz. Put your face on with this brush. And all that jazz. No, let's really get into it. Okay, let's use it as a microphone too. Put your makeup on with this brush. And all that jazz. And all that jazz. So let's give this a shake. Shake, shake, shake. Shake, 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 shake your Chanel, shake your Chanel. Oh, shake, 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 yeah, boogie, shake, 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 shake your Chanel, shake your Chanel. The other day I heard someone doing a rendition of Hot Stuff, and it wasn't Donna Summer, and I went, whoa, this is sacrilege. Before I do this, since I've been using this, I have been using it on my eyes as a base too. And I know Robert Welch says, but Robert Welch is not my daddy, so forget it, alright? I'm gonna use concealer on my eyelids. I got a new watch, one that has Woody on it. Come on, Woody, get out there. I got a Woody right there. No, that's not a Woody. I don't have a Woody. There's Jessica on my watch. Can you see? My son gave me this iWatch. No, it's an Apple Watch. He laughs at me. He thinks it's funny I call it an iWatch. The more, the merrier. And it's smearier. Look at it, smearier. Look at that glob of smearierness. Now let's move on to this eyeshadow. No. Dun, dun, dun. This is not an eyeshadow palette. This is a blush palette. Gosh darn, I can't. There we go. Right there, right there. And I think that I've had that one and the... Now because Gang Goss, because Gang Goss